Um, I want to talk about some things, and as you can see, Wakanda is what I want to talk about. You can see the way I spelled it. It's actually the correct way to spell it, unless it's in another language, which I wouldn't know what language the Wakandian Indians spoke. Um, but I wanted to get into some real history that I was reading on the Wakandan Indians, and I wanted to line it up with this new Black Panther movie, right? And then after lining it up with this Black Panther movie, I want to I want to point out the facts that they are talking about the Wakandan Indians, right? And I want to point out some wars that went on with the Wakandan Indians. Now, I don't know if there's a Wauconda, and as you can see, the way I spelled it is the correct way to spell it. I don't know if there's a Wauconda, and you would have to look, because we all know, like, you go places and Blackfoot Indians were everywhere. These motherfuckers, Peoria Indians were everywhere. All over Illinois, you got some Peoria Indians. I think in Atlanta, you have Peoria Indians everywhere. So they do have slots like everywhere. They'll have like families in other what they call states today, and what we call countries. You know what I'm saying? So if you got the Peoria Indians in Illinois, you would definitely have the Peoria Indians in Atlanta. They would definitely be related. Same with other tribes. But I wanted to speak on the Wakandian Indians because, yes, there are some Wakandian Indians, and they were in Illinois. Now, this is a Midwest striker. The chief is buried somewhere in the southern parts of either Illinois or Memphis. This is what I was reading about. The Wakandian Indians were a strong tribe, and believe it or not, their wars were with Spaniards and Asiatic Filipinos and so forth, the Mexican. And it's just so funny how they would show in the Wauconda movie, which I didn't watch all the way through, but I keep seeing clips of, that I didn't watch at all, but I see the clips, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not going to go pay for Jewish history 101 for them to make fun and poke fun at what happened to the actual people. We know where Black Panthers come from. We know, you know what I'm saying, Wauconda, Illinois, and we know that people are named after the land. So we know that there are Wakandan Indians, but you cannot spell it the way that they spell it if you want to get the history behind it. Black Panther was totally a slap in the face, and it definitely pointed out some things that most likely really happened. Well, probably not in that stage, but definitely happened with these Mexicans. And it's letting off some spirits. I want to really let you know. It's letting off some spirits with these Mexicans. What we call them Mexicans. We're gonna use the right words here for everybody. We're gonna call them settlers. With these Asiatic mixed settlers. This is a fucking problem. And I'm speaking on some shit, but I'm not gonna speak on it because I had some issues. I'm speaking on something really got me driven right now of what happened yesterday with me and a Asiatic settler. You know what I'm saying? And a lot when I read about the history of what happened to, because they tell you a Mayan tribe, they disappeared. And they tell you like, oh, the white man killed off the Indians. I reply to you, which white man? Which Asiatic? Them conquistadors and all the motherfuckers that went on them expeditions in South America killed off real Indians. These are the bloodline. This is why Mexicans and quote unquote what they're calling blacks can't get along. Because Mexicans have a history of killing us. Their ancestors killed most. You see them around Mexico the way you see them because their ancestors cleared the path, killed our people off, along with help, because it's like three different races on one. You have the Chinese, the Japanese, you got the goddamn Filipinos fighting us. You got The Spaniards was fighting us, the English was fighting us, everybody was fighting us, and some we chose sides with, because what choice do you have at this point but to choose sides when there's about oppositions on your land and they continuously come? They're making your people sick like they're doing today. They're making us sick. These Spaniard Asiatic Mexicans, what they call it Mexicans, settlers, are the people who killed your people off. They are the offspring. They are the bloodlines. These are the people who killed your people off. So, you know, when they on TikTok, oh, we're happy that quote unquote black people got their franchise. This is what I'm hearing from the Mexican community. We're happy that black people got their First of all, it's not our fucking franchise. It don't belong to us. It don't belong to us at all. And as the spirits come off of it, they try to mix it with this African shit. But they showing you, even in the first one, now I saw the first one, they showed you how all those tribes and different tribes, you know what I'm saying? They always trying to stuff that Asiatic Mexican in there. But if you see in the movie, they showed you how those different tribes made calls to different tribes and met up and had these, and they didn't all agree, but they stuck by the rules and things of that nature. And if they wanted to be kings of all the tribes, they had fights, and you know what I'm saying? And they showed you how we operate. And of course, they mixing this black shit, so they want it to be Africans. So they go and they get African actors and African people to play these positions. But we all know where Black Panthers come from. We all know where Wauconda is in America. Wauconda definitely exists, but it's not spelled that way. Wauconda definitely exists. So speaking on this, understand, people, that this movie is letting out some spirits and it's digging up some old goddamn, you know what I'm saying, a real old motherfucking rivalry that we forgot about. You know what I'm saying? That we accepted, and we looked at history, and everybody turn these people into brown people and tell us that these are our brothers. We're listening to Hebrew Israelites tell us that these goddamn Spaniard Asiatic settlers are our brothers, and they're the tribe of Benjamin, and you are putting the actual bloodlines that might not be as strong today because they're all mixed up and they don't want to accept certain Mexicans. Like Spaniards don't accept Mexicans because even though they're the bloodline, but they're mixed breed, they don't like them. But in our defense, these are the people who killed us off in Mexico, in South America. They helped to get rid of your people. And now they have stolen your identity. They are walking around saying that, hey, we're Mexicans. But the true history of them being and coming to Mexico and being Asiatic, and I'm talking about even bringing their tacos. Tacos is not a Negro fucking food dish. It's not African food dish. This is an Asiatic food dish. This is some Asian shit. They got Korean tacos. They got Chinese tacos. They got plenty of this for Asians. All of this is in the Asian bloodline. The dangers of this. The dangers of thinking we're seeing some stuff, but it's really empowering these Mexicans to think that they can honestly fuck with us, because I've seen the videos of the guy killing Angela Bassett, then turning around killing other Waucondians, and then they did nothing to this motherfucker. Nothing. He lived throughout the whole movie talking his shit like he was just so powerful than us. This is what the Jews want to write. This movie was a straight slap in the face. This shit should be protested and brought down, but it won't be because we don't know our true history, and they are hiding this whole facts behind Wauconda being African and this going on in Africa. No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. It didn't go on there. It did not. That shit went right on those Mayans, those motherfucking Aztecs, and no telling like, oh, they were Aztecs, but it was a bunch of different Aztec tribes in Mexico. It was a bunch of different, they're not no one tribe people. Like, it was a bunch of different tribes of Aztecs. There was a bunch of different tribe of the Mayans, the Mayas. It was a bunch of different tribes of them. They wasn't just fucking, oh, the Mayan. They're just one big people. No, no. They're just like, quote unquote, what we would call the American Indian. It's broke down into plenty of different tribes, and this is how they was in Mexico. Mexico being one of our strong points of the land, entry points, being on the water like it was. We all know how strong the Mayans were. We know. We don't need to goddamn try to justify, oh yeah, we know how strong the Mayans was. We know the history behind the calendars. We got Mexicans that really take these calendars and they believe that they from this spot. So they are painting these tribal calendars. They are painting these, tattooing this tribal shit that they people uncovered after killing our people. They are tatting this, the Mayan calendar. This ain't their calendar. That calendar was there on the walls before the fuck they even got there. They stole from us. They killed us off. These will never be our brothers. And no matter how much you go to California and you can see the hate gets deep with the Mexicans when you get to the southern parts of the country. And that's a fact. You get to Texas, you get down there to Texas, you get down there to goddamn Cali, you get down there to Arizona, and well, I ain't going too much because I haven't really been to Arizona, but these other places, and you see how racist they really are to our people. They don't fuck with us. We have to be careful with this type of shit because we're putting money in the people's pockets to write more bullshit. And, you know, I had a situation where I was at work yesterday and a Mexican got mad because he was the maintenance and he had to come and open the roof. So he had to get stopped from what he was doing. And he had to open the roof so that I can get on the roof. During this process, he was talking to me like, yeah, what you need to do, you know what I'm saying? And it got to the point where I tried to play it off like and just going on about my business, but it got to the point where we're on the elevator and he's like, don't you do this? And he pointed, but he was close to me, but he wasn't that close to me. I told him that I will break his fingers off and stuff him down his throat. And when his eyes opened up, I can tell that he thought it was that. Like he thought that I was just one of these. First of all, he thought I was younger than what I was. Second of all, he thought that, you know, they're beneath me. I don't know if it's the spirits from the movie and them taking their kids to go see these movies. But he really thought that he was gonna fucking walk in here and tell me what I bet not do and point in my face. And it got to the point where I called his ass an Asian settler because he called me, he said, I got a problem with this black guy, right? So now, when he, basically we get into it and I was about to beat his ass. I done walked all up on him, told him like, I will fuck you up, put your fucking finger down. Made him put his finger down, all type of shit. Cause they get in a place when they know you ain't fucking around. They get in a place, and that's a fact. He gets on the phone and he says, I got a problem with this black guy. So that's racist in my book. So now I call them all type of settlers and all the type of shit. I say, you not no fucking Mexican. Your ass an Asiatic settler, you dirty motherfucker. And I say, I know our history. I'm telling them this. I was like, I will fuck you up. And I don't know if it's the fucking movies or what got you out there like that, but I will fuck you up, my boy. On my mama, I will fuck you up. Don't you ever point in the goddamn Negro face. Don't ever do that shit. We'll beat, I will hurt you up in here. You know what I'm saying? So he called himself, because you know what they're gonna do. They're gonna call your job, they're gonna lie. But you gotta stay ahead of these dumbass, snake-ass motherfuckers. So I called the main people I contract with. I called his property manager. I called these people. And I told them exactly what was said. And when they called me, and it was just so funny because it's a Ukrainian European that holds the contract for a few of these companies and the main company that we contract with. And he understood when he asked me, he said, did he say anything racist? I said, yes. He said, what did he say? I said, he called me black. I said, he said, I'm into with this black man. He said, well, I don't know about America, but calling somebody black is racist. He say, and this is, you know, I'm sorry that this happening to you. He really, like these Europeans that's coming over here, I don't know what type of, like, you know what I'm saying, where they at today, but he understood the shit. He said that was racist. And when he called to the main branch, he told them that, yeah, he called them black. And it's just so funny that I say, I'm not black, am I? I say, my jacket is black. Am I black? Don't call me that. And then he said, yeah, that's racist. So just the point of people outside of here knowing that that black shit is racist. Knowing that that black shit is racist. And seeing that we are confused and calling ourselves black is some shit that make you just wanna. Black is a derogatory name. Now, these Europeans and these Ukrainians and these Polish people and you know, people that I meet on a daily basis, because a lot of you don't work in situations to where you're around other races from other countries, and I am. I'm stepping into their homes. And I'm talking to Africans. I'm talking to Europeans. I'm talking to Asians. And they're telling me who you are. Telling me who you are. They know who you are. Africans, I service them all the time, and they say, y'all don't know who y'all are. Y'all from right here. Yeah, Liberians came to America. They know what tribes came from where and who came in America. He said, yes, a lot of Liberians. If you look at American history, he say, it's some Liberians mixed in with y'all. He said, yeah, that's a fact. He say, shit, they were breeding Liberians and American Indians together. He say, you know what I'm saying? Trying to make bloodlines out of motherfuckers. He say this was happening. So, you know, I'm not in it to say that I'ma actually continue on spilling the hate for quote unquote Africans or other people that ain't from America. I'm not gonna be snobby. You motherfuckers are snobby, thinking that you deserve something, thinking that you better than somebody. I know we're separating ourselves from the people, but I would never want to separate myself from the other aboriginals that live in this country or are from other countries. Those, no matter what, are tribal people from their countries, and at one point in time, most likely we had agreements with them. You know what I'm saying? Those would be, even though it's a lot going on and we hear a lot of shit, a lot of these people that say, oh, Africans are submissive, Africans do this. Africans over there fighting for their fucking life right now in South America. Africans over there fighting Chinese people right now in Africa. Fighting Europeans and fighting everybody like we are. We have to find alliances with our people, with our own people of the world that are our same colors. Because now Asians are becoming the head of the table of the world. So all of the Asians around the world, you don't got no Asians from the Philippines like, oh, fuck these Chinese Asians. You don't got that. Oh, fuck them motherfucking Asians they not doing that. When Asia eat, all of Asians eat. When Europeans eat, all these Europeans eat. When the American Indian Aboriginal, whatever you motherfuckers want to go by, when we eat, all the dark-skinned races should eat. Because we all are the people of the earth. This is our space. Yeah, I give you that. But I'm not going to be down here down in other dark-skinned Somalians and other motherfuckers who are feeling the same pain as us, getting their country snatched from under them right now as us. And some of you are in denial of that hate that you have for other people because you're up here. You haven't even left the fucking country. You have never even fucking left the country. You don't know how people feel about you. You just know what they're telling you. Now, I'm not saying do what the goofy ass motherfuckers do and go over there and submit to these bullshit ass, people and do all this old fake ass more shit. I'm not telling you to do that. But I'm telling you to make alliances with the other dark-skinned people, whether they're Muslims, whether they're Christian, whatever they claiming, I don't give a fuck. I'm not claiming it. But what I am claiming is that I'm from this earth. Just like you came from the dirts of Africa, I'm claiming that we came from the red dirt here. And these are all lands of the world. We did trade with you. We agreed with you. We hugged you when you got off the boats and you gave. And we gave. We sat in peace and we ate together. This is how things went. All of these other mutants around the world, and they got mutants in Africa. Hindus mixed and all this old other shit claiming to be people. They have an Asian problem in Africa. It's just like here. It's not but it's a little rough because the laws are different. You know what I'm saying? They can't let us they can never let us be the way that they let in Africa be. And we not acting a fucking fool. Ain't no finding no Asians are eating Africans or eating American Indians on their own land. They eating Africans over there. The motherfuckers would have got caught eating us, it would have been a fucking right. They can't let us, we not those type of people, and this is the way that the laws are set up. It don't let them come over here and do the shit either way. And if they do, they're gonna hide it. But I'm telling you, this movie, quote unquote, Wauconda, I'm telling you, I spelt it the correct way so you could check out the Wauconda Indians, so you could check out the history for yourself. And you can see how these expeditions that these Spaniards and these conquistador motherfuckers took and went on to kill and settle parts of which was. Blessing be to the tribe, stay alert, stay alive. We are all as one. But we do need to know who we are. That's a fact. Stay alert.